Hi, this is Leah of CJ and Drill, and today I'm going to show you how to use these jumper cables. Let's get started. Okay, now the first thing you want to do is you want to identify the positive and negative terminal on the battery. Come on in close, let me show you how that's done. Now first you want to identify positive and negative. Your positive terminal is indicated by either a red cap or a plus sign, and the negative is identified by a black cable or a negative sign. I think you can pick up the negative sign on the battery itself here. Now the next thing you want to make certain of is that if you have an automatic, that the car's off and in park. If you have a manual transmission, make certain that it's in neutral and it's also turned off. Now it's time to make your connection. So now we're ready to connect our jumper cables. Let's get started. Okay, so these are your cable handles, all right, and the black is your negative. You're going to want to put this on the negative post on the battery. The red handle, well, this is your positive, and you're going to want to attach this to the positive terminal on the battery. Let me show you how. Now the length of cable, it's important because not all situations are ideal when you're going to jump a car battery. Ideally, you would want the cars to be parked nose to nose, but that's not the way it always happens. Sometimes your battery goes dead in a parking lot, and the best you can do is pull side to side. So you need 16 feet because that's going to give you the cable length that you need. Now we're going to start the process, and something you need to always keep in mind: don't allow the metal handles to touch each other from this point forward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the positive cable to the positive terminal on the dead battery first, and this is the dead battery. So we're going to make that connection right now. You want to make certain you got a good connection. We do. That's clamped on very well. Okay, so now it's time to attach the positive cable to the positive terminal on the good battery. You want to make certain you have good contact. Now that's good contact. Now you attach the negative, which is the black handle, to the negative terminal on the good battery. And that's what I'm going to do now. That's pretty good contact. Okay, so this is the last step. And what we do now is we're going to attach the negative cable, not to the negative post on the bad battery, but we're going to find a bare piece of metal on the engine, and it's going to help ground it. And so let's find something good and clean, away from any moving parts. So I've attached this to the engine block. This is going to be ground, and you want it away from moving parts on the engine, and you want it away from the battery. Okay, so we're connected our cables, but it doesn't hurt just to be certain and double check. This is the bad battery. We have our red cable attached to our positive. We have our black cable grounded to the engine block. Now we're back over at the good battery. We have our positive cable attached to our positive terminal. We can tell because there's the red cable. We have our negative handle attached to our negative terminal, so we're good to go. So now you want to start the car with the good battery first, and that's what I'm going to do. And you're going to want to let it run for a few minutes. Now you may have to rev it the car a little bit a few times. Okay, it's been a few minutes, so let's give it a shot. We got it going. So you learned how to use jumper cables today. This is Leah saying, you can do this. See you next time.